Hey everyone, welcome to our very first on the Sensors spoiler video. So we were very lucky today to have some redemption spoilers. The A Renewed Hope committee was most gracious enough to give us some, and we're super excited to share those with you today. So we'll do some quick introductions, a quick shout out to our on the Sensors team, and then we'll just dive right in. So I am Majo. I'm from the on the Sensors group, and our server's been around for almost a year and a half now. We're all about rolling dice and physical cards on webcam. So definitely check us out. You'll see a link to our Discord and the overview video in the description below. So yeah, we'll go ahead and go around the room here, and then we'll dive into the spoilers. So, Mr. Jack, how about you, man?
So I'm Jack, also known as Jrak on Discord. I do the marketing promotion stuff for OTS on the sensors. I'm also part of the Destiny Junior team, and I'm the co-creator of the Jrak and Tune Infinite Hologram. So that's me. Hand over to you, Lucas.
I'm Lucas. You'll know me on OTS as Freeby 1 and 2. And basically, I'm like a playtester. I've playtested Jack's cards and his holocrons, and I just love rolling dice in pairs and using cards, so hence I'm on OTS.
Fantastic. Very good. All right, gentlemen. So we've got two spoilers today. So first we'll do the event, and then we've got a character, a fan favorite, you may even say. So, so we're gonna have our behind the scenes mystery editor. Actually, shout to Olly. So what we'll have him throw up the card on the screen here. So let me get it out, and I will read it to our viewers out there. So you guys ready? Let's do it. So we've got first up a red hero event for one resource, Heroic Protector. Activate one of your characters with Guardian. This turn, after that character's Guardian ability removes a die, deal damage to a character equal to the value of the die removed. Hero reversal.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think it's incredibly complicated wording, but it has to be because this is the first card that has actually referred to Guardian ever. That hasn't just been this character gets Guardian.
Right. Yeah, that's true, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's great because we've seen, Ambush gets play loads of new Dash as an example. Everyone's overriding with redeploys. Where did Guardian go? So it's great that we're bringing that back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got. Go ahead, Freeby.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking it's as we've been talking about, as Jack said, or you said, it's a reversal, but it's also turned the defensive to offensive, which I think is a really cool card. It comes out of nowhere, sort of thing.
Yeah. Boom. So we've got the new Leia, who was spoiled not too long ago. She's coming out. So we should probably say the new Redemption set from A Renewed Hope comes out this Friday, January 29th. So with that, we'll gain Leia as a Guardian.
Yep.
We've got Naboo Palace Guard. It's from the hero side. Then we've got Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, there's our three Guardians.
There's our three Guardians.
Yes, I mean, I think it'll get play with Leia. She's been played in a lot of decks. I know there's a lot of pairings with her going on a minute. Probably Flippy Annie is the most notable.
Yeah. Luminara, yeah.
So
who's also coming out soon. Yep.
I don't think it'll be put with Kenobi because Kenobi doesn't really get seen in play much with red. I mean, you can only really play him with blue, to be honest, because of his because of his action.
Yeah.
So, guys, I think we need another Guardian in here.
Oh, do we? Shall we? All right. Let's throw it up. So that brings us to our next spoiler, which is Chewbacca. So, Jack, you want to take this one? You got him up? You want to talk about him?
So, Chewbacca, commanding force. He has got a big 13 health, 2 guns, 2 melee, 1 shield, 1 disrupt, and a 2 resource. And then, as all characters have. Chewbacca is a scoundrel and a Wookiee, as he should be. Chewbacca has Guardian. After this character's Guardian ability removes a character die, deal 1 damage to its matching character. And then he has a power action. Move 2 damage among your characters as you wish. So, Chewie has Guardian, which we've just been saying. We miss. We don't have enough of it, so it's great that we have another character for it. He has inbuilt Valorous Tribe without the Wookiee heal, which FFG value at about 3 points. So let's take away the heal and call it 2 points. Jrak is good value. This Chewie is great value. And then getting his little ping damage from the Guardian.
Yeah.
Which we could treat, I guess, as his main ability. Gives him some nice pings, which a lot of the decks that we're seeing at the minute have ping damage. If you know me at all, you know the only deck that I've played under ARH stand is Ponkrell and Count Dooku Lightsaber Mastery.
Yep.
Ping,
ping, ping.
Ping pong, yeah.
Lose your card, ping, ping, ping.
For ping damage, what have we got at the minute, guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think just as a mechanic in general, ping damage can be super effective. I mean, it can add up, right? You've got Dengar, you've got Pong, you've got this new Chewie. That damage can really add up. So I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, so don't underrate the pings. Pings are good. So, what are we thinking about this new Chewie then?
So,
initial thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting that it specifically says move 2 damage. It doesn't say move up to 2, so you must move 2. As far as seems to be play it as written. That's the way I would read that. So I think run to safety, right? Playing with a character that shares a subtype is going to be important. Field medic.
Fortitude, obviously, get you 2 fortitudes now. Let's make him 17 health, 10 on that feat and strength, which is
that's right.
Yeah.
Whopping value. So he is looking so I guess so you mentioned run to safety. So I guess the next step is that we move on to Pat for Chewbacca commanding force. So what are we thinking?
Yeah. I mean I'll dive in. I think so who else can we pair him with to maximize the use of that commanding or heroic protection? I immediately thought of Leia, and Leia, the new Leia that's coming out this Friday with Redemption, she'll be she's 15 points elite, 12 points single. So I would think maybe her elite with single die Chewie, that's 29 points. You're leaving a point out, but it's a 3-die start. But you get you can sort of fully maximize that heroic protector. You get some free shields with Leia. You could potentially, play heroic protector, guardian, maybe a guardian, a Blizzard 1 die, showing a value of 7, and then you activate Leia. You turn over Sheen Mastery. You automatically get 3 shields. Only have to take 4 damage from the Blizzard die, and in turn you're dishing out 7 damage. Could you imagine that? So.
We were just talking about the word. Do you still have that word in, Lucas? Because we were thinking about it. If you play heroic protection and you have a character with Guardian and the Guardian dies, do you get the effect? And yes, the answer is you do. Over to Lucas.
I'll read out the actual wording of the rules reference. It's in the triggered abilities section. It says triggered abilities exist independently of their source. Once triggered, the entire ability resolves, even if the card it was on leaves play. So
Perfect.
That opens up quite a strong pairing, because we've mentioned about Naboo Guard as well, about they've got Guardian, and even if Chewie is on low health and you overkill him with the Guardian, with the wording of the card, it's an after effect, and so is the Guardian, so it fully resolves. So now, if the character is dead, the after ability of the card fully resolves, and you get that damage back into your opponent.
Yeah, through heroic protection.
Oh, so we think. We could be wrong. So we think.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, I know that Blizzard 1, when it first released, or was first spoiled, people were just thinking, how can they get that into their decks, when it hits the table? I mean, that thing, like Vader's Fist, in and of itself, it's a win condition. So I like to think that heroic protection will make those red villains a little bit hesitant to activate that support. They'll discard your whole hand first, and then they'll activate Blizzard 1.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time you'd not embargo Admiral, you embargo heroic protector.
That's right. So what else? What other pairings you guys think?
Well,
Okay, well, we've got some lists. We've got some bits and pieces.
You got some notes.
Got a little, couple of ideas. So let's start off with a Han Various. So we've all seen Cool and Confident. He is in every single deck currently, and for fair reason.
Yeah.
So he obviously perfectly fits with Chewbacca. They're both scoundrels, so you can do your whole run to safety, no miss. 13-17, so you get all 4 of those die and a ginormous 25 health to start with. Han has his piloting. Chewie has his guardian, so your hand is never going to die between guardian and eject. So it would appear that Han, as ever, is the optimum pairing, but we do still have some others that we think are 100% worth a try.
Yeah.
I think it is also worth noting that there is, we'll call him Baby Han, even though he's older, so Old Man Han. Has his power action.
From Spark
I
of Hope.
can't remember off the top of my head, but
Yeah,
I know it refers to Wook.
Yeah,
Cool.
power action. Turn one of your Wookiee die showing a resource to any side, then you may resolve it if something like that. Yeah, or no, turn one of your scoundrel dice, and if it's yeah, we'll throw it up on the screen. Cue to you, cue to you, Olly.
10 one of your scoundrel die, showing a resource to any side. If it's a Wookiee die, you may resolve it for free. So you don't get the free part. However, you do still get to 10 him to his damage and resolve it.
Yeah, but if he's showing 2 resource, do you want to turn that? You want
so,
that? You want that 2 resource?
Yeah.
It's a kill.
Tough.
If it's a clip kill,
yeah,
you take it.
Yeah. Which is interesting because then, actually, that I like that because then your opponent is sort of constantly wondering, all right, is he going to power action Han to flip into damage, or is he going to take the money, and then they're burning removal, playing a little bit of a mind game. That's interesting. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, we were discussing this earlier, weren't we? So Chewbacca is one of the only characters that we agree you can put him in a 3-die start, and it is not too big of a deal.
Right.
Usually, deck builders will shy away from 3-die unless you're dealing with someone like Bane, whoever.
Yeah.
Ball,
with Han Solo, Cool and Confident from Transformations, we talked about this before. He's just so much value for 13 points, and there's not a whole lot of other characters in that range who you could, who exist really, and so you're almost left with either him, or like you said, Han Various, or some other character who you have to run single. But is it that big of a deal? Maybe not, because characters have a lot of abilities now, after effects and power actions and things. 2 shields. One of the sides on your die is a 2 shield or a 2 money. We're seeing that more and more. So 3-die start maybe shouldn't be avoided necessarily.
Yeah, and the fact that you don't lose any of his 3 different abilities by playing in 1 die, and you still have that ginormous 13 health, it makes him worth it.
Yeah.
At 14, it's not a deal. It's not a big deal playing him single die.
Yeah, Lucas, you got some cool ideas, man. What about some of your pairings?
Well, there's one that a character that I've been playing around with a lot. People will know who he is. It's Flippy Anakin. So obviously he's 15 points, and he gets his damage to himself, 2 damage to a character. And I thought of that Chewie single, 14 points single. So you lose a point, but it's 1 point. It's not such a big deal. But the fact that you've got the Guardian with the ping damage, keeping Anakin alive. So just with activations, no dice, you can get a 3 damage swing.
Yeah.
And you've got a power action on the Chewie to start moving that damage. You're dealing to little Annie. Move it over to him. Take it all on board.
Yeah, that's huge.
It's strong. Yeah.
I love it. So then in that pairing, you got a leader Jedi with Wookiee scoundrel. Yeah. So can't run to safety, but you've got your field medics. You've got that built-in power action. So
fortitude. It's more likely you'll get fortitude onto Chewie than flip Vader. But if you do flip Vader first, there's your feat of strength, which you just have to put in.
Yep.
I think he is a great way to keep keep Anakin alive. That should be a
Yeah.
cool deck. And he doesn't struggle that badly, but Chewie does have a 2 resource, and Anakin does have a pay side. So, you're not gonna be. I don't think you'll be low on money with him.
Yeah.
No. And if running the Chewie single as well, his die sides is a 2 melee, 2 gun.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
2 gun, 2 melee, and you've got a 2 money side as well. So 50% of that die, you're gonna want to roll, and you're gonna take it. It's not a case of there's just one side you're looking for, and the rest is garbage. He can be ran single. We've said about the abilities, but the fact that he has the 2 gun, like basically 2 damage, 2 money,
Yep.
he has a 50% chance of rolling a side you actually really want, and it can totally change the game as well, rolling any of that side just with Anakin alone.
Yeah, absolutely. So I thought of some jank. What about single Chewie and then 2 Naboo Palace guards? So that's 16 on the Palace guards, and then single die Chewie's 14. So a little janky, but then it gives you medic, right? Spot any number of reds to heal that many, so you're healing 3. And then maybe you run a resistance ring to play your new heroic protection from the discard pile. Yeah, it's
What's
pretty
the
janky.
starting health on that deck? What are the Naboos at base?
I believe they are. I don't want to minimize out of my window because then I'll mess it up. But I think they're 8 or 9, 8 or 9 for sure. So it's a good bit of health.
Yeah.
You
They
had
are 9.
18 and 13 is math.
32.
Yeah, there you go. So that's
32.
You
I'm
throw,
moving your damage.
yeah. Now the guards don't have a resource side, so you're relying on Chewie to roll his 2 money, and that's kind of tough. But yeah, you had a cool one, Jack. What about yours? Your yellow.
Yeah. So I've got a couple little yellow ones. So a cool one for him, Elite, is Chewie Elite Satine, the rampiest character in Destiny, with Valorous. So you can double up on your Valorous because you have the plot and his power action. You're making a lot of money, because both of them have a 2 resource side. Granted, Satine's is paid, but even so, it's still money. You have access to yellow, so we were talking about you're probably looking to play with yellow as opposed to blue because of Chewie's blaster.
Yeah, you got your
Yep.
So that's going to be a lot of healing, a lot of moving damage shenanigans, a lot of money. So Vibro Sword, get that down. So that deck looks like fun, and the other one was this Chewbacca Elite and Enfys Nest. I think this pairing is going to actually be really, really cool. So they are both
3 dice start,
they're both
though.
scoundrels.
But
3
we
dice
talked about
start,
that,
Yeah.
Both scoundrels, so there's your run to safety.
Yep.
Enfy has her power action. They have quite similar die. They both have the money side. They both have the stick side. So it's not the best die ever, but I think you will have times where your power action.
Mm-hmm.
But best of all, you get your villain cards, and one of the ones that I thought was probably worth it in this deck is the best defense, because of your infinite health with Chewbacca and Fortitude. Best defense seems like a good option.
Yeah.
And then if you can obviously double up on the best defense, but Enfys Nest is a leader, and as established, you will be making money. So why not go for some Mega Blaster tubers as well? They're always good.
Right.
So they're some of the yellow parents that I came up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we also have this concept of after effect damage. When he guardians, he can do a ping. I thought about Chain Lightning. Does that card see play again? It's a red 1 cost neutral event. Pay 1 to do 1 damage to a character, and then pay another 1, so a maximum of 2 to do 2 damage to another character that shares a subtype. I don't know that necessarily Chewie is the reason that card comes out, but it's just an idea, right? Just sort of this more the idea of ping, some damage out of hand. And maybe your villain card in your Enfys lineup is Make Demands. Spot a leader, do 2 damage to an opponent's character unless they give you a
Yeah.
resource, right? Damage out of hand. Maybe you also run Chain Lightning. So
Yeah, it's
yeah,
definitely some
it's exciting.
definitely some stuff there. I think with that Chain Lightning, we're going to be seeing Jedi decks a lot more with the new Luminara and the new Leia.
Yeah.
They're both Jedi, so is Leia a Jedi or is she just
She is an
apprentice?
apprentice. Yeah,
She's just apprentice.
Luminara, who
Yeah,
will
yeah.
come out, both Leia and Luminara, as well as this, the cards we're talking about today. They'll be out this Friday with the new set, Redemption. But yeah, Luminara is a Jedi, and Leia is a apprentice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I remember, you had actually a really cool pairing.
Yeah. Speaking of Jedi and 3-dice start, with I thought of Obi-Wan Kenobi add an Avenger.
Yes.
So we were talking earlier about you get the starter pack, and you get him single. I believe that's right. You get him single, so people just throw him away, want the Satine. But yeah, if you look at his power action, it's I believe it's increase the die value by 1 if it's showing a value of 2 or more, something like that.
Yep.
Resolve it with the power action, yeah. And if you look at Chewie's sides, he has a 2 damage, and a 2 money.
Yep.
So obviously you run him single, but that's 50% of his die, as I've talked about before, that is a 2, and you can power action on. So imagine power action Obi-Wan for that 3 money. That could be a whole upgrade going down of a 3-coster. Anakin Saber just going down off that 1 die.
Yeah.
And
Huge.
I was saying before, people might want to remove that 2 money because they think, oh, you're going to power action on that. But then I think it was Jack that said before, you've got your big Obi die coming in now. You could resolve that 3 for a 4, and they've just wasted their removal on that 2 money side.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a strong pairing there.
Having dies,
yeah.
So
having dies Deterrence is a great way to play.
I think with cards like Blizzard 1, which was spoiled a couple weeks back, we're gonna have a lot of decks trying to ramp fast, ramp hard, and make that money to get those big cards out. And on the hero side, I think other than Redemption, the actual vehicle that was spoiled, the 4-cost vehicle comes with a die and then 2 set-aside medical droids. I think that's the most expensive card we've seen spoiled yet on the hero side for Redemption. But I think we're going to see more of there's got to be an answer, some sort of an answer maybe to Blizzard 1 on the hero side. I'm not sure what that is, but this whole idea of, like you said, Lucas, power action with Obi-Wan to resolve Chewie's $2, making it 3. That's ways to make money are going to be huge. I mean, they always are, right? But I think even more so going forward when you've got a card that costs 8, right? And what are the answers to that? We'll see.
Yeah.
I've also just looked as well, and Let Kenobi is 12 point single, so you can totally do it the other way and do Chewbacca. Elite,
Yeah, I kind of like it that way. I almost like it that way better. 12 and 17.
Yeah.
So you're wasting a point, but
you waste the point, but somehow that actually seems better.
I think it does. Yeah, because then you've got 2 targets for your Obi power action.
I mean, it's not as if you're just playing Kenobi for the PA, but it is definitely a substantial factor.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So,
gents, what else? What else are we thinking?
So 3 wide possibility. I know you said about the Naboo guide. Was there any other 3 wide starts out there?
Yeah, I mean 3 wide. You almost have to run Chewie 14 if you even think about 3 wide. There's always that question of how many Jawas can you run with them. Let's not forget about the Jawas.
I mean, there's the possibility of, I don't know, him Chewie single, Saw Gerrera Elite 15, because he's doing the indirect to himself. You've got the PA of Chewie. Start moving that around. Move it to him with the Fortitude on him.
That's a shout. I like that. Yeah, because you move the damage off a Saw. You're guardianing damage.
And dealing one back as well.
Yeah, dealing one back. Saw is just ridiculous, amount of aggression potentially, right, with an instigate.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
I like that.
Yeah, it's another 3
Yeah, I think he looks pretty fun. Saying earlier that I like it when I see a character and I don't instantly go, that's broken. I can't see a way to break him. He just seems cool, doing his Chewbacca thing. I don't think we're going to get some dirty back to Jank or a Chewbacca reset deck. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do still think he'll get play, which is just perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of obvious initial teams would be with the Han various, as you put it earlier. Either Spark of Hope Han or Transformations Han. Because of the subtype sharing, they're both scoundrels, and you get the yellow Chewie's blaster. You've got Reap. You've got all that good stuff. So it'll be tough to find a reason to play something else initially, maybe. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your red and yellow in there. Because I know you've been doing a lot of dash hand recently.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yep.
It does lack red.
Yep.
Get him with some red.
If I had to guess, and I have absolutely no reason to believe this other than just I hope to see it. But think about Chewie's a natural pairing with Elite Han. Dash is a natural pairing with Elite Han. And so there has to be some other 13-point character. No one's playing Sinjir over Han. There's got to be another 13-point character elite with all that value. And I hope that we'll see someone else, this Friday, who will enable a 4-dice start, who's someone other than Han Solo. We'll see.
You did mention one early, Lucas. You mentioned a good one.
K2SO elite. It can actually go in this one as well. 13 points elite.
There you go.
Single, I think, or is it 10 single? 10 single, yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, as we mentioned before, when you said about the Naboo guard, you have 3 reds. But with this, you can run the medic as well.
Right.
Deal the 2 damage with ambush. Yep. Also, field medics. There's a ton of health there. And one thought as well, with the power action, if for some reason K2 is quite low on health, he has a passive ability of when he's defeated, you end the action phase.
Right.
And that might come in clutch if you do a PA from Chewie, send it over to K2, end the action phase.
Interesting. I like that. That's spicy. Okay. So you just willingly defeat K2 to trigger his ability. Wow. I like that. Because there's a card that does that. I can't think of the name right now. But you save yourself including that card.
Yeah.
I know that, some people were running that in the BDL Luke with K2 version of that deck. So very cool. I like that.
If you give me the opportunity, I'd like to go through some honourable mentions for him, because I've actually just found a few 13 pointers that I think people would make decks with, but
let's hear it, man.
So okay, first up, if you want something super themey, which I may build, to be honest, you can do the Convergence Maz Kanata, who is 13 elite, brings you yellow.
Nice.
You just didn't get play because of her power action is useless, basically. But if you want you got Maz to be with a boyfriend, that's your deck.
Yeah.
That's right. What else you got?
Next, we have got Master Smuggler. Master Smuggler
after as well.
After exit its character, you may resolve one of your scoundrel die as if it were showing a resource. And Chewbacca, as we say, he does have 3 2-sides.
Yes,
granted, one of them is the resource, so you'd never do it on that side.
Right.
But he does have 3 2-sides. There's also Sabine Wren coming in at 13. Again, yellow. You're not playing Rainbow, so I don't. There's any legs.
I think those are great. Those are great honorable mentions, especially the Master Smuggler. I mean, even if Chewie was showing a 2 resource side in the pool, you activate your Smuggler, you just resolve it for some action, efficiency.
Yeah,
interesting.
And I have one more honorable mention. I genuinely think that this is the best partner for Chewbacca that there's going to be, which is why this is so annoying. The best partner for Chewbacca is Chewbacca. Convergence Chewbacca is a yellow scoundrel. He is 13 points elite. He has mixed sides, and he gains Guardian when you have another scoundrel.
If only you could do that.
Actually, the best partner, but nope.
Destiny doesn't allow you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. If only. Oh, well, gents, just checking our timer here. I think we're getting into the 20+ minute mark. Shall we do some closing comments?
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start off then. So, as I said before, I think Chewbacca. I don't think there's a way to break him. I will go on record and say I don't think there's a way to break him, but
Right.
that is fine because he still looks incredibly playable and he looks a lot. And as we said, even though it doesn't originally seem like it, there are a lot of cool partners for him.
Yep.
He's definitely not a character to look at and then ignore. He's going to see play. He's going to see play.
Yeah. Lucas,
Yeah.
parting thoughts, my
Yeah.
friend?
I just think it's for me with the decks that I've looked at, it's been him single, and obviously as Jack's pointed out, there's a lot of partners that can go with him elite, but it's as we've said before, you run him single and you don't lose anything. You only lose the die, but you don't lose any of the ability, the Guardian, the deal 1 damage, the power action. So he's a great support character, let's say, for your Saw, your Anakin, and even when we said about going with Leia to get that shields on him to start doing the damage and things like that. So even if you can't find a deck to go 17 points elite, he's still worth going single, which I think is a good thing that ARH have done here.
Yeah,
Good.
absolutely. I agree. I think I think for me personally, I'll probably try him with Han Solo, cool and confident first. We'll just see how that feels. But I absolutely agree. I'm not afraid of running a three die start. I think there's it opens up some opportunities and things that people wouldn't typically think of. You might unlock something that people start to run to. So we'll see. All right, guys. Well, this has been awesome. I think, I hope you all have enjoyed this. We're super happy and grateful that we got some spoilers here on the censors. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to the guys at Renewed Hope again for giving these to us, but also they recently put out their Patreon information, and we'll include that link in our description. So to continue to support them, they're going to be running events, prize support, OP kits, and things like that, and that's what those funds would go towards. So I think with that, we'll also throw out some information out there for on the Censors Discord. So if you like rolling dice, you like holding cards in your hands, TTS is cool, right? If you like to click and type, but no, it's great. But if you like to roll dice too, definitely join us here on the Censors. So, all right, gents, I think with that, we'll go ahead and sign off. So thanks for watching, guys. We will catch you later.